Recently, I was able to acquire quite a few Busby blasters in the Ultratech series. So, you know what? We're going to start reviewing a couple more of them so I can actually do an updated top list of the Busby products. So today we're going to take an in-depth review, chronograph test, and range test of the Cyclonic. The Air Warriors Ultratech Cyclonic comes with everything you see here. The blaster itself, a 20-round magazine, and 20 green and gray darts. And just to add a couple points, I'm glad Busby stopped putting stickers on the magazines because it was actually a real pain in the butt to actually get the glue off. But I wish they would just increase the quality control a little bit on their darts, because as you can see, there's a lot of glue around the edges. Just not as neat and as clean as it could be. Not saying that it really affects performance so much, because I really haven't had a problem, but just worth pointing out. I think that's one way they could tighten it up a little bit. All right, moving on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly go over the Cyclonic. This is a motorized, fully automatic flywheel blaster powered by 4 AA batteries. The batteries actually are inserted right here, and here's how you do it. All right, to simply install the batteries, you undo the one screw right here, pull off the panel, insert your 4 AA batteries, put back on the panel, retighten, insert your magazine, and you're ready to go. All right, now that we know how to power it up, I love the way this blaster operates because it's just like the Brute, meaning there is no rev trigger like that you would normally find down here on the bottom. Instead, in order to rev up this blaster, you simply pull the trigger halfway, spins the rotating barrel here in the front, which actually lights up. Once you pull the trigger halfway and get this thing up to full speed, go ahead and fully press the trigger in, and it'll start to launch darts. The longer you hold it in, the more darts that will come out. You can actually do a pretty good controlled burst fire and control your rate of fire, which is actually great for little Nerfers because instead of having to worry about the coordination it takes to hold the rev trigger while pulling the trigger, everything operates off of the trigger, which I actually really like. I was a big fan of that in the Brute. It's going to continue on into the Cyclonic. Now, looking at the shell, there's nothing to really go crazy about, but that's pretty true of all the Busby Ultratech lines. There's not really one shell that actually makes you go, wow, they can compete with Nerf in the customization zone. But to be honest, the performance is where this blaster is going to shine, and most of the Busby Ultratech blasters do. Stock performance is usually above Nerf, which is a beautiful thing. So you get a blaster at a cheaper price, you forego some of the bells and whistles, but the performance is where you're actually going to jump ahead of Nerf in certain areas. So for instance, one of the things I mean as far as some of the bonuses that Busby gives you ahead of Nerf would be sort of the magazine size right out of the box. I mean, you're getting a 20-round magazine where most of the time you're getting a 6, 10, or 12 with Nerf. They do the exception once in a blue moon with a 25 or, you know, an 18 rounder, but for the most part, you're usually not getting the biggest round magazines to shoot your blasters. You know what? And let's seriously take a look at the biggest pro of all the Busby blasters. That's actually compatible with your Nerf gears. That's right, you can use your Nerf magazines and your Nerf darts instead of buying all new stuff to go with a new blaster line. So, first of all, you can shoot the ones that come with it without a problem. Pull that magazine out. And I just took a couple different random ones. Here's the Desolator magazine. And this one, I believe, yeah, I actually have the new Nerf Accustrike darts in there. Let's see if those work. Not a problem. All right, I took your standard 12 round with the Alien Menace Elite darts. As you can see, no problem firing that. And then finally, I took a 25 round drum with Elite darts, slap it in there. And again, no problem firing them. If you're wondering if it wasn't shooting, I only put about 5 darts in there. So always big props to Busby for making everything compatible with Nerf equipment. This way you can actually save some money and get a pretty good performing, cheaper blaster. Moving on. You guys know the deal, it's about 95 degrees out here, sorry. Range test, 20, 30, and 40 feet. Coming both ways. We're going to extend the range test today. I'm going to fire other darts and show you a comparison with the Brute as well. So let's start at 20 feet. All right, guys, we did the chronograph test a little different this time. Instead of 20 shots, we did 10 shots with 3 different types of darts. since the Cyclonic can shoot Nerf darts as well. So the Buzzbee darts came in at 70 feet per second, and both the Nerf Elite darts and the Accustrike darts both came in at 71 feet per second. Not bad at all, I gotta say. We're gonna move it back to 30 feet, and I'm gonna just zoom the camera in a little bit to give you a better idea. Alright, the cons for the Cyclonic, and this is pretty much a matter of taste. I kind of like the little bells and whistles that Nerf puts on their blasters for tack rails and all sorts of ways to put accessories on. So the fact that Buzzbee kind of ignores that, it's not really a major con, it's just one that, you know, it's useful to point out. And two, the spinning barrel is cool, but most likely will just kill your batteries a little bit faster. So not a major con, but just a little one. All right, I've loaded a 10-round magazine for the Buzzbee Brute and a 10-round magazine for the Cyclonic, and we're gonna fire them both at the same time and see which one fires faster. All right, the Brute is actually a little bit faster by one dart. And now to give you a judge on how the Nerf darts perform, we're gonna fire 10 with Elite and 10 with Accustrike. Elite first, 20 feet. Accustrike. All right, we're gonna give my little man the chance to get revenge on his dad for making him eat all his vegetables. So he'll get 20 shots at 20 feet to blast his dad. All right, buddy, come over here. All right, I'm gonna walk. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Ow. Hey, you missed. Cheated a little bit, but that's all right. And looking at the Cyclonic Pros, it's very hard to ignore the fact that it's compatible with all Nerf mags and darts. You just can't beat that. And for a cost average of about $20 US, and I'm sure you can get it cheaper on sale, wow, you know, you really gotta just say, hey, Buzzbee's got a good thing going here. And the performance using other darts is right on par. You didn't really have a big drop off in between the different darts. Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go over my overall opinion of the Cyclonic. And as you guys know, we do 5 different categories and a 5-star rating. So let's start with cost. To get this blaster for 20 bucks or less, depending on the sale you find, that's pretty amazing. The fact that it's compatible with Nerf equipment and the performance that you saw stock right out of the box, you really can't go wrong. Firepower, I'm gonna give it a 4. The only thing that kind of makes me drop it down a little bit is there are other Buzzbee blasters that actually shoot harder out of the box. But this is a very good performing blaster, but because I know that they actually do better on some of their blasters out of the box, I gotta drop that down a point to be consistent in my reviews. Customization, you're probably wondering why I gave it a 4 instead of a 5, even though it's compatible with all the Nerf gear. And that is because I would really like to see Buzzbee at some point start adding tactical rails and ways to put different accessories onto their blasters. If they do that, they're really going to become strong competition for Nerf. I actually already believe they're strong competition for Nerf. That's the one element that I think they're missing. 4, ease of use. It doesn't get any easier. You guys all know how to load the magazine. It's a simple flywheel setup, and the fact that it doesn't have a rev trigger means younger Nerfers, like 2 years, actually my son will be 3 at the end of this month, but if you really take a look at that, I mean, it's perfect. Even at 3 years old, my son is able to actually shoot this blaster, which is really cool. Quality, the blaster itself is really solid. It feels like you're holding on to something good. You know, it just kind of feels weird. It feels like this magazine rattles around in here, and I'm kind of curious as to how long the rotating barrel will work after quite some time. and how long it'll take to actually drain the batteries with this feature added to the blaster. So if you add those up, divide by 5, you're going to come out to a 4.4. I would say this is a total buy, especially if you don't mod. This is a very, very solid performing blaster right out of the box for a very cheap price point, and you don't have to go out and buy all new magazines or darts. I showed you 3 different dart styles and the chronograph readings for all 3, and they're pretty much right in line. As you know, when you do chronograph tests, you can give or take 1 or 2 feet per second based on conditions. So my recommendation was a definite absolute buy. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of the Cyclonic, and if you did, please do me a favor and give me a thumbs up, and if you didn't, go ahead and give me a thumbs down, even though I sweated for you in 95-degree heat, but it's all good. You know I love making these videos, and I love bringing you guys this data so you guys can make informed decisions about blasters. So once again, from our family to yours, have a wonderful day, everybody. Keep shooting.